Hello. Before we start today's episode, if you would like a condensed version of what I'm talking about in this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to the Perfectionist Guide. You can read the entire thing in 3 minutes or less. To access this, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/newsletter. Are you a bit of a perfectionist, type A, hyper performer? Then you know that having the audacity to see an ideal and bring it into reality while breaking generational habits of hustle can be tough, but it doesn't have to be. If you are ready to burn bright instead of burning out, to lead without losing yourself, and to enjoy the life you have worked so hard to create, then keep listening. I'm your host, America's leader on rewiring perfectionism, CLG, and this is Perfectionism Rewired, the podcast. Welcome to Perfectionism Rewired. Really great question today that asked, I work in corporate full-time. How is it that I can take control of my time? How can I create more time? CLG, I'm not in charge of my schedule. That was like the actual question that was messaged to me. And I am bringing it to you. So first things first, I used to be in the business of buying and selling time. I worked in corporate PR for almost 20 years. So I understand what it is like where like time is like really effing important and it feels like it is completely out of your control and you are at the mercy of everyone. I'm going to share with you what I did when I was running global public relations and communications, that I was still able to take control of my time and my schedule. So the first question that you want to ask yourself is, what is actually important to your boss or any company? Spoiler alert, the answer is producing results. So if you know that you could produce better results if you weren't in pointless meetings, if you weren't, maybe it's like the amount of hours that you work. I just had a client that was working 40 hours a week that is now working 15 hours a week and actually got a salary bump because of it, because once she had this conversation with her boss, she was able to start creating much better results. So of course, what did they do in the company? They like rewarded what she was doing. Have a conversation with your boss or your company or whoever, the decision maker is, to say, hey, here's where I'm at. Now, what I also want to tell you is fuck company policy. This client that I was just telling you about, she worked at a company that's been around for over 100 years. They had never, ever, ever let someone do what she was proposing. And that was a story that she had in her head for a really long time. But this is the thing. Policy, there is always an exception. Always an exception. And what you can do is you can just like propose it to your boss, like, hey, you want results? I'm telling you, I can get you better results if we make these changes. And just say, hey, let's do a trial run. Let's do a trial run of 30 days. If this doesn't happen, I will gladly go back to whatever is happening right now, but I am willing to bet on myself. Your boss and your company is going to be like, okay, this person means business, right? They're willing to have the courage to have this conversation with me and tell me that they're going to get me better results. Your boss is going to be like, oh my God, where do I sign? You can also, by the way, you can also have this, if you're in a service-based sort of like position, you can also have this conversation with your clients, because what do your clients want? Better results. Like, literally. Let's remember what the end game is. The reason why you end up creating better results, because a question that I'm guessing you are asking in your head is, you're like, CLG, what if I propose this to my boss? I don't know if I could actually get better results because I've never done this before. Okay, so this is the thing. Scientifically, you are going to produce better results because your energy is going to be of higher quality. And think about it. Instead of you sitting in the meeting being like, oh my God, will this person shut the fuck up? This is so annoying. Or like another pointless email, I've answered this 6 times. Or being really worried you're not gonna make it to pick your daughter up from ballet because of having to come into the office. All that energy actually gets poured into you being a superstar and killing it in your job. So that's how I know this is fail-proof and foolproof. I literally used to be in tears over my time. I was so meticulously scheduled. I understand what it is like when you are scheduled within a minute of your life. And then when one thing goes awry, it's like dominoes and stuff. This is what I wish someone would have told me, that your time is a symptom. It is not the diagnosis. I don't know about you, but when it comes to the holidays, I would be wanting to do other things with my time, like spend time with my family, watch some Hallmark Christmas movies. But then I would have to stuff in the amount of work that I was doing. I would have to cram it into other areas. That is a broke time and energy mentality, and I don't want anyone in my world to do that. So give yourself the best gift that you can give yourself, and let's get this time thing solved. I am happy to help you do that. Are you ready to boldly break free of the time rules? Are you tired of needing weekends and emergency vacations just to get your energy levels back to undepleted status? If you're nodding your head yes, listen closely, because I might have the solution you've been searching for. My Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, a 6-week, highly individualized one-on-one coaching experience designed exclusively for perfectionists like you. Your perfectionism is actually your greatest asset, and leveraging it can be hard work or take years of guesswork. That's why in Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, I give you my key frameworks to taking charge of your Ferrari drive, proven to work even for the most type A, high-strung, stubborn perfectionists. In the first 30 days, you will cut your burnout in half, increase your professional fulfillment by at least 150%, and your self-compassion will go up at least 250%. And that is just your first 30 days. So if you want to save yourself years of trial and error, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/accelerator today. Or if you want to take the easy way, just click the link in the show notes to check out the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator.